in 2002, I got into the SNPS program by an invitation from Madam Catherine, the tax officer then at the Ministry of Trade and Investment. And that was how the journey began. It has been a very interesting one. I learned so much, and I thought I had a lot of knowledge. Then, before then, I fell in love with orange flesh sweet potato, and was looking at it as one of my products in future. But when I met Catherine, it kind of boosted it, and I loved it. The story behind its biofortification, the reasons for it all, and the rest. So immediately became one of my products, and that is how I got engaged with GAIN.
When I started the farming of vitamin A maize, GAIN was the people that introduced us to vitamin A maize cultivation. We were formerly planting our normal white maize, but the coming of GAIN, they trained us on how to farm vitamin A maize. I started small with the size of a 1/4 hectare land. Then I grow bigger to the extent, like this year I was able to cultivate 3 hectares of vitamin A maize. And the experience is so awesome, because when I started, the 1/4 hectare I was able to get like 5 bags for a start, because it was a new thing that was being introduced, and I was trying, but I persisted, I continued, and to the glory of God, last year I was able to get, when I cultivated 1.5 hectares of vitamin A maize, I was able to get up to 55 bags, which I was very happy. And people around me here in my community, they come to me for advice, for me to teach them about vitamin A, and which I'm doing, because I have many people that come for advice from me. And this year, for now, I think I've gotten up to 40 bags of vitamin A maize. I've not finished. I still have corn in the farm that we've not yet harvested.
I came across the GAIN project sometime in 2022 via the DEX officer. He called my attention to the project, having established the fact that I, as a company and as a person, operate in the value chain. So we got trained in Lafia, and then the grant opportunity was shared to us by the then project manager, Mercy Olorunfemi. We applied, and I was shortlisted as one of the first awardees of the project in Benue State.
When the opportunity came originally to engage with this project, Strengthening Nutrition in Priority Staples SNPS, it was an opportunity to put a nutrition lens on work that was already being done by GIZ, and with funding from the German Development Agency, BMZ. But when we looked, so GIZ already had this project that was running in, I think, about 6 or 7 states, but working on staples and trying to expand production, productivity, increase yields, and so on. And so when we looked at those staples, we identified 3 of them, well 4, but 3 primary ones that we had an opportunity to work with, and that was maize, cassava, and potatoes. But we also identified rice as an opportunity to work with the people working in that value chain. So not so much the crop itself, but the workers. And the the big challenge that we quickly realized that we had to deal with was the challenge of supporting those who are in smallholder farming, producing these crops, to not just increase their production, but to allocate some of that production for their own consumption. And we were going to be selling them the benefits of transitioning some of their production from the analog versions of these crops to vitamin-enriched versions or biofortified varieties. So working with vitamin A maize, vitamin A cassava, and orange flesh sweet potato, which was also bred with enhanced vitamin A. And the reason why the farming, the smallholder farmers was important is because when you look at the demographics of poverty across Nigeria, you find that some of the poorest people in our country are actually those who are producing these foods. And access to money determines the access that they have to nutritious food and the ability for them to demand food that makes their diets healthy. And so we thought, well, if people are already consuming these staples, they already allocate some for their own consumption, how can we encourage them to produce more of these biofortified staples to sell, but also to allocate for their consumption? So the design of the program had to deal with this balance of produce to increase your income so that you have more money, but also ensure that you consume some of that so that you have better health. So that was really, if you like, the biggest design challenge that we had, because it was a new way of messaging to a group of people who needed both financial livelihood support, but also access to healthy diets, some of which could come from their production.
For the SNIPS project, we worked in 4 states in Nigeria. These states are Kaduna, Benue, Nasarawa, and Oyo State. And for each of these states, we have a particular 1 or 2 value chains that we're focused on. For example, in Kaduna, we're focused on the vitamin A value chain, vitamin A maize value chain. For Benue, we are focused on the orange flesh sweet potato value chain and also the rice value chain. For Nasarawa, it was the rice value chain. And then for Oyo State, our focus was on vitamin A cassava and the orange flesh sweet potato value chain. Now, if you look at the states that were selected for each of these value chain, we actually looked at states that have comparative advantage to produce these crops. And so for each state where we have seen that advantage, we selected those crops to be produced in those states. And so we also looked at the local governments also, because of the resources we have at our disposal. We want to ensure that we're able to cover reasonable local governments, and we're able to cover 4 local governments in each of these states. And each of these 4 local governments are states that are local governments that are actually producing these crops in the state. Yeah.
So when we designed the project, we broke it down into 3 parts. We wanted to do some work on supporting increased production of biofortified crops. And so vitamin A maize, vitamin A cassava, orange flesh sweet potato.
The biofortification component of the SNIPS project is the upstream linkage, that is much more concerned with the transition of farmers from production of the analog, or what we call the traditional staples of cassava, maize, and potato, to the nutrient-enriched or biofortified varieties of these 3 staples.
My name is also Raphael. I'm a farmer and aggregator of biofortified crops. I specialize in OFSP and vitamin A cassava. That is what I do mostly as a farmer. And with the coming of SNIPS in 4 to 5 years now, they have been able to increase my farming rate from 1 hectare to 5 hectares per year. And with the demand as a result of the demands they have created, the awareness they have created about the Bio-fortified crops in Benue State, have been able to increase the demand in supply. Therefore, I have no need to remain where I was, or to increase in my farming activity. Like this year now, I've been able to make up to 3-point-something million on OFSP vines. I've been able to get up to 250 kg of OFSP tuber so far that I have sold, according to my record. So that is the success I've been made so far. And right now my farm, I have up to 5 hectares that are still coming up, which I'm expecting harvest in November, December. And before then, I'll be planting for dry season. I've already started so that I will not be, my customers will not be waiting for me for supply, because they call me anytime for supply. So the success stories I've gotten is constant demands, and I've been able to change my life as an ordinary farmer to something else. Now I deal with the farming activity, and I also serve as an aggregator to other states. And also the Benue State government have also called me last 2 months that I should represent them in an occasion as OFSP, as a Bio-fortified farmer, or a chairman of sweet potato farmers in Nigeria, in Benue State.
We also wanted to support the micro, small, medium businesses that would take those crops and transform them into food products. So MSMEs who would process, market these products to consumers.
Under the business support component of the SNIPS project, when we started with the training of food processors on product reformulation, because that's the basis. Bio-fortified foods were quite new to some of these processors, so we needed to train them on how to transform these products into valuable end-use products in the market. And I'm glad today to see, if you go to some of these states, Benue, Nasarawa, Kaduna, you get to see OFSP juice, orange fresh sweet potato juice, you get to see bread, and then crunchy snacks commercially. And there is one quite interesting thing that we got from the project. We have orange fresh sweet potato gari that some of our processors were able to reformulate, and these are part of the key successes from this training. You also have training on food safety adherence, technical assistance on product registration, and I'm glad to see that we have 80% of the businesses we supported today are registered with NAFDAC. They have their products commercially available, and they are selling in the market.
Beyond the award grants, the trainings were exposed to have sharpened my lenses, or my lens towards food production. It is very, very difficult to have people comply to food safety, food hygiene in the production space, but because I am now an expert, because I've been exposed to the knowledge, I've been able to transfer that down to my staff, even though they find it very difficult to comply, because they feel, is it not just food, let's just do it like this because other people have been doing it like that. I also ensure that based on the training I got from GAIN or the SNIPS project, I also ensure that for every batch of production that we do, there is quality control. We test the product to ascertain that it is the same taste that is supposed to be before taking it out. And whenever we see something different, we know that this product is not safe. That also speaks to gearing up properly in the production room, making sure that they put on their PPEs. Again, I said compliance is not that easy, but we've tried. So we're not running business like the roadside person or the roadside business owner. We are running business on an expert level due to the advanced trainings we'll be able to get from the SNIPS project. And beyond that, we've also been able to get expand our network, to build our network through the exhibitions that they expose us to. Because earlier this year we're in Lagos for the Agro-Food Plus Summit, and we took our products all the way to Lagos to showcase to the whole world, because it was a global event. We're also given the opportunity to participate in the deal room. That gave us an opportunity to source for more finance or funding for our project.
The Micro Grant Award for nutritious businesses awarded under the SNIPS project by GAIN has been quite transformative. We awarded this to 36 businesses in the value chains of vitamin A, cassava, vitamin A, maize, orange fresh potato. And I'm glad to say the total amount was 79,000 USD. That's the amount we supported them with. And I'm glad to say they had to use this thing. The grant was meant to scale up to scale up production of biofortified foods. And recently we were in Kaduna State implementation, and then we got a report from one of the grantees. He had used this money to secure NAFDAC registration, and just 2 weeks after she was able to secure NAFDAC registration, she got a supply from an organization to give 32 tons of breakfast cereal. That's normally we call it Tom Brown. So these organizations, they use this as a ready-to-eat therapeutic food to solve issues of malnutrition, and she was able to meet up this demand. One, based on the equipment she was able to buy with funds from the micro grant, and based on the tailored technical assistance GAIN had provided to ensure they are registered with NAFDAC. If she wasn't registered with NAFDAC, that opportunity would have passed by. But then since she was registered with NAFDAC, she was able to make a supply of 32 tons. And I'm glad to say that same business was able to also get additional funding to scale up of 40 million naira from GIZ. So these are some of the successes from the Micro Grant Award, and we believe most of the businesses, all the businesses we supported under the Micro Grant, have their product registered with the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, that's NAFDAC. And I'm happy to say these products are not commercially available. So we have nutrient-rich staples available in the states based on the support provided by GAIN.
Getting the award, the micro grant, was a major stepping stone for my business because it gave me clarity. I was able to acquire equipment that we are currently using to run our production. And beyond the micro grant, the knowledge and the exposure we had in the phase of the project was able to open us up to so many other opportunities that we currently benefit. And thanks to the award, the micro grant, we are fully operational now as a business brand operating in the biofortified environment or ecosystem.
The micro grant was so helpful to our company. We were processing from the kitchen. We didn't have a facility. So when we got the grant, we were able to get a double shop that we did some compartments we did compartments, and then we bought machines. We're using the commercial mills in the market. But when we got the grant, we constructed a hammer mill, we did our dehydrator, and then we got our NAFDAC certification. That is a big milestone that we have achieved as a company, because before now I didn't know I would get this NAFDAC on time. But because of the help of the SNIPS project, the training we got, and then the money, the finance, it helped us to facilitate this process, and we have 4 of our products certified with NAFDAC. We also have equipment now we can process by ourselves. We ensure this has helped us to ensure the quality and then the hygiene of the products, because when we take it to the market and other places, people used to mix their hands inside, but now we are able to certify from start to finish of our products. And then visibility, we also gain visibility people trust us now more. They come here, and then we also do processing for other people that don't have machines. They bring their products for us. We are serving our community. There are some people that are farming around us, and then they bring our products for us to dehydrate for them, mostly women. And then we also, and because of this, all these things, our production capacity have increased. So we used to give vines to neighbors, my farmers are around us here. So when they process, when they farm, they bring the vines, they bring the sweet potato to us, and then we process. So we are not just making money as a company, we are also improving the livelihood of women farmers around us.
Yeah, we wanted also to have a component which really focused on the farming workforce. So the smallholder farmers, those who are involved in primary processing at the farm gate level, so primary sorting of yield of crops and so on, to also be able to increase their awareness about consuming healthier diets, but also about the benefits of biofortified foods.
From 2021 till date, we've had a series of activities under the Workforce Nutrition component, some of which included the SBCC campaign, that is Social and Behavioral Change campaign, which is aimed at increasing awareness of farmers, of farm workers, of processors in this value chain on the importance and benefits of biofortified crops, including vitamin A maize, vitamin A cassava, and OFSP, which is the orange flakes sweet potato. Through this campaign, we've been able to reach over 40,000 of these beneficiaries who have now gone ahead to have increased willingness to buy these crops, to consume these crops, to grow these crops. Alongside the SBCC campaign, we also had the radio campaign, which was more of a virtual platform to increase awareness of these biofortified crops among smallholder farmers, farm workers, processors in the value chains. And we've also reached over 23 million people across the various SNPs LGAs of implementations in Benue State, in Nasarawa State, in Oyo State, and Kaduna State. Then we have the home garden activity, which focused on ensuring there's improved access to and consumption of nutritious foods, including vegetables and orange flakes sweet potatoes, among smallholder farmers and farm workers. And we've reached over 20,000 households through these home gardens. And also we had these beneficiary households receive input to sustain the cultivation of these crops, which included amaranthus seeds, tomato seeds, pepper seeds, okra seeds, OFSP vines, and even organic fertilizer to aid with the cultivation and then a bountiful harvest. And these households have gone ahead to cultivate and even have their households and their families consume these crops and these vegetables for a nutritious diet.
They give us amaranth, pepper, okra, and OFSP. We plant it and we are starting using it for eating now. Okay. Before that, we didn't have home garden. We used to go to markets and buy. We come and make soup of it, we chop. But now, since we start the home garden now, we have never go to market and buy all this okra, pepper, okra, and amaranth. Normally we used to buy amaranth because we did chop amaranth well. We used to go to market, but since we start home garden now, they even go to market. Some people they even used to come to us to beg us. They give them small so that they should go and eat.
So those were the three things that we set out to do. And over the period of implementation, I'm really pleased to see that we accomplished successes on all of these three levels. So we worked with just over 10,000 farmers across those three value chains. Well, I think there's a lot to learn from what SNPs has accomplished. There's a few things that we will have done differently. So we have, as a learning organization, are also learning. But I think I will encourage all the participants, donors, potential investors, partners, organizations who might be either programming in this way or looking to program in this way, to really look at and listen to the outputs that we've published as part of SNIPS, to listen to the experiences of not just the implementers but also the people who have been participants in the program, and to really take some of those lessons. The good thing is SNIPS has produced quite a lot of data which we can use to think about how to design new work. But also I think the idea that gave birth to SNIPS is a good thing for other potential donors to think about, because we do a lot of work on trying to expand food production without really thinking beyond food security to nutrition security. And for a country like Nigeria, where when you look at the nutrition indices for children under 5, for women of reproductive age, for men, for different groups like smallholder farmers, they're really, really poor. We should always think beyond just food to nutrition and see how do we build nutrition into our food production or increased production programming. And SNIPS has given us an idea of how that can be done in so many different ways, but SNIPS has given us an idea how you can build on biofortification, really focus on the workforce that are part of this different value chains, but also build small businesses who take the produce and expand markets and opportunity for access for the entire population.
Saying thank you to GAIN is never enough. I said the last time the grant was micro, but its effect was major, it was mighty. I'm saying it again. Thank you.
My feedback to GAIN is GAIN themselves have known that what they have done into me is showing. There is no doubt. They know that it's showing in me, and I'm very grateful. That is all I have to say. I'm very grateful for the knowledge they have given into me. There is nothing more than knowledge. If someone gives you knowledge, it's more than any other thing in the world. So to me, the knowledge I've gotten is everything.